I can't believe that I have been doing makeup for almost 10 years. We're almost in 2026, so I thought it was fitting to look back on how far I've come. And I've realized I've actually never shared how I got into this industry, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of lore. So in like 2016, 2017, I was working a full-time job as a media executive, and I was working with clients to create social campaigns. I went to uni, I've got a double degree in commerce arts. This was my first job out of uni. I remember getting my first Morphe palette back in like 2014, 2015 for Christmas, and that just altered my brain chemistry. So I would create these looks for no gain per se. It was more just a fun thing for me to do outside of work and uni. And I kept doing it when I entered the workforce because I needed something that was going to fulfill me outside of my job. My 9 to 5 was not fulfilling me, which I'm sure so many people can relate. And I also didn't really love the structure of a 9 to 5. Could not see myself doing this for the rest of my life. As a South Asian woman, you get your degree, you get a good job, you get married, and you have a baby. Like, that is the trajectory. It was really hard for me to envision that very linear way of living. I was so unsure as to whether I should quit my job and pursue content creation full time, especially when it wasn't really a thing back then. This was like 2015, 2016. Then I had a talent agency reach out to manage me as my following was growing, because I was still banging out these looks, crazy full faces of makeup, even after my full-time job. So I would come home at like 6:30 and do a full look. It was a lot. I remember talking to my best friend and asking her for advice as to whether I should literally just quit my job and do content creation full time. And she said, you can't not do this because you'll regret it for the rest of your life. I'd rather the risk of trying something new than the risk of staying stagnant. I also had my full family support. My dad was very, very supportive and was like, you have to do this. I ended up going part-time first, and then I decided to quit completely. I had no plan. I was purely operating on gut instinct. One thing that motivated me to quit my job was that I loved creating. Like, I loved it with a burning passion and I couldn't ignore it. If I didn't make that difficult decision to step away from stability, I would never be where I am today. Reflecting on this year, which I think is really important to do in a job where things move so fast, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I literally did chaperone's makeup, and I feel like this is just the beginning. When I think about why I've been able to do this for so long, it's because it was never about the following. My goal back then was to be creatively fulfilled. That's still my goal to this day. Having a craft that I can tinker and work on and develop is why I've had such longevity in this industry that usually has very high turnover. Moment for the glam. This is one of my favorite like holiday party looks to do. I think it's really cool that we have the agency to change the trajectory of our life. I think it's so fine to not know where you're going to end up, because 10-year plans are very much overrated, but rather make decisions based on your gut instinct and pure passion. So yeah, that's pretty much how I ended up where I am, and now I get to paint my face as a career.